Good afternoon to all. What was the last thing we dealt with in the previous class?
So,
To some torque equation.
That one.
so the last
There was
thing
a
you did
catch.
was that you calculated torque about point P, introduced a pseudo force.
Okay. We'll do two problems on this. Wait a minute.
Sir,
Uh,
I had a small doubt. Sir, in the equation torque equal to I alpha, alpha is the tangential acceleration. So torque, we should take torque of only tangential forces, right?
centripetal force का either way zero है.
Sir, so like in the problems which you did, you should resolve the tension in the tangential direction and then apply the torque
By
equation.
default, that is taken care of. By default, that's taken care of.
By,
T sin theta will be passing through the center of the rod.
okay, sir.
Question number 10. Are you people able to see that?
Yes.
Question number 10. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve.
So we have to do question 10, right?
Yeah, question number 10.
Okay.
Can I stop the screen share?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. Listen. At the first place, the 10th question. At the first place, this is a thin rod. I will have kx and kx this way. This will be, how much is it given? 30 degrees.
30 degrees.
This is kx sine 30. This is kx sine 30. Will be equal to n. First equation is 2kx sine 30 is equal to n. Now that I know this sine 30 is half, kx is equal to n. Now that you are telling me this is cut, I am left with only this. Instantaneous change doesn't happen in a spring. Instantaneous change doesn't happen in a spring. We have dealt with that in detail in Newton's laws.
Yes.
Kx sine 30 alone will produce a torque about center of mass. Kx cos 30 is passing through the center of mass. So kx sine 30 into L by 2 is I into alpha. kx into 1 by 2 into L by 2 is equal to ml square by 12 into alpha. How much is kx? mg.
mg.
L by 4 is ml square by 12 into alpha. Alpha is 3g by L. Angular acceleration of the bar at that instant is 3g by L. Now acceleration of point P with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground. Acceleration of point A, he called it A. So I'll get A with respect to ground. Convinced? I'll redraw the diagram for your convenience. You have got alpha this way, you have got A this way. This will be L by 2 alpha. So this will be L by 2 alpha. This will be A with the negative sign is acceleration of A with respect to ground. That's what they asked. You already know the value of alpha. If you can tell me the acceleration of center of mass, your job is done. How do I get the acceleration of center of mass? mg minus kx sine 30 is m into A. mg minus, how much is the value of kx? mg sine 30 is 2 is ma. A is equal to g by 2. Substitute A is g by 2. Alpha is 3g by L. I'll get the acceleration of point A with respect to ground.
Sir, point A will accelerate horizontally also, no?
Yeah, sir.
So they have asked at that instant, so string will remain the same, right?
String क्या क्या
Sorry, sir, spring.
Now listen, जिसको भी centripetal लेना है, what is omega at that instant?
0.
तो centripetal acceleration कितना होगा?
Okay. 0.
Now string जो भी बोल रहा है आपको ये diagram में string कहाँ दिखाई दिया भाई
सर
साहब?
मैंने गलती से बोल दिया सर, स्प्रिंग ही बोल रहा था, पर सर मतलब
At that instant if x doesn't change, kx will not change. So kx का value will be the same. The definition of a spring is it's a shock absorber. So at that instant जब आप पूछ रहे हो तो x will not change, kx will be changing. So kx will not change at that instant. So kx का value I am taking as mg only, the one which I derived when the system is in equilibrium. Till x changes, till that point moves, till x changes, kx does not change.
so there is no horizontal acceleration of A, right?
There is no horizontal acceleration of A. Have a look at this. You have got alpha, acceleration of A with respect to center of mass along x-axis, plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to the ground along x-axis is equal to acceleration of A with respect to ground along x-axis. A with respect to C along x-axis is 0. There is no acceleration of C. Yes, not 0. Not 0. So acceleration of A with respect to ground along x-axis is non-zero because of kx cos 30. If somebody is interested to calculate, which is an unnecessary confusion introduced in the class by the student, if somebody is interested in the horizontal acceleration of, I'll rewrite this, acceleration of A with respect to center of mass along x-axis plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground along x-axis is acceleration of A with respect to ground along x-axis. You are telling me this is 0, that's wrong. Acceleration of A with respect to C along x-axis is 0. because L by 2 alpha is upwards. But this is not 0 because there is kx cos 30 divided by m. This is the acceleration of A with respect to ground along x-axis. Now, finding out acceleration of B should not be difficult.
Sir, from which exercise was the question?
Exercise 5.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All of you should be crystal clear with what we have done right now. Every inch of it. First, we calculated kx using the equilibrium condition. You used that kx after the string is cut because at that instant kx ka value will not change. And I took the torque about center of mass to avoid all controversy. Somebody in between started speaking about centripetal acceleration. Remember, omega is 0 at that instant. So centripetal acceleration is 0.
So can you explain why A is acceleration of A with respect to C in x direction is 0?
Acceleration of A with respect to C. Alpha is in which direction? Alpha is in clockwise. So R alpha का direction भी इसका horizontal component कितना होगा? What is the horizontal component of R alpha?
So L by 2 alpha into cos of 30.
इस angle 30 degree क्यों ले?
Okay, sir, got it.
Cos
Okay, okay,
90.
sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, how will we calculate acceleration for B?
Yes, sir, can you tell?
Acceleration of B with respect to center of mass less acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of B with respect to ground.
Yes.
Acceleration of B with respect to center of mass will be L by 2 alpha downwards less acceleration of center of mass is acceleration of B with respect to ground. A you have calculated as G by 2. This is L by 2 into alpha is 3G by L. Not a fair doubt. We have done for A. You are asking me for B. R alpha, here it is upwards, here it is downwards, is the only difference.
Got it.
So,
Huh.
they in the question they asked acceleration of point A. So, won't we take the resultant of both x and y direction?
Acceleration of point A.
Yeah. So, like we calculated in y direction for both. So, like we take resultant because they haven't mentioned that they.
Very technically, yes. But I think they have reported the answer of only tangential acceleration.
No, sir, they have written
No,
both.
sir. They have given
Both
both.
here?
हाँ, तो both दोनों दिया हो.
Then no.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If nothing is told, generally we'll take the resultant of x and y both. Here, acceleration of A along x-axis, there acceleration of A along y-axis. Take the resultant of these both, you get the answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And so here, how did you conclude that omega would be 0 at this instant? Because it's not moving.
You released it from rest. You cut the spring, means you released it from rest. The
Okay.
body released from rest, initial velocity, linear or angular, will be 0.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Sir, in weak horizontal acceleration, there should be a minus sign also, no? Like an answer is given √3 g by 2 I क्या?
Magnitude ही define किया है उसने, direction specify नहीं किया. Now B का acceleration of B with respect to center of mass. See, B's acceleration will be downwards, right? This will be downwards, right? You
Yes,
mean
sir.
to say because it is downwards, you'll carry a negative sign?
No, sir, I am talking about the horizontal direction. It should have been minus √3 g by 2 na, in the answer given.
Acceleration of B with respect to center of mass along x-axis plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground along x-axis will be acceleration of B with respect to ground along x-axis. Acceleration of B with respect to center of mass along x-axis is 0 because omega is 0. Acceleration of center of mass along x-axis is towards the right. This is kx cos 30, kx cos 30 by n. So acceleration of B with respect to ground along x-axis will be towards the right. This is towards the right.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Resultant of this will be your answer. Hello?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, of the acceleration of A with respect to center mass should be 0 now, because at that moment it is attached to a spring, and spring will take some time to become a
0 ही लिया ना यार. A with respect to center of mass 0 ही लिया.
Y direction में sir.
Y direction में कहाँ पर लिखा मैंने?
Sir.
Here.
Yes.
Y direction में it's not 0. There is R alpha. Body is rotating this way, so there will be R alpha.
अच्छा.
Body is rotating this way means R alpha.
Because at that instant they given the spring will take some.
Spring is the force acting on the body. That means because of that I will take the acceleration of center of mass. So that's why you have taken acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground as force because of the spring divided by n. Wherever the force is acting, don't take it on that point only. Vector summation of all the forces will provide acceleration to center of mass. Somebody's mic is on, please switch it off. Co-host, please mute that student. Right? Spring is acting. So spring ka force at that instant will remain kx only. It will not change. But kx to act kar raha hai.
Yes,
X is
sir.
not 0. X is not 0. So there is a force kx. So this force and this force will give accelerations to, don't tell me point A. They will give accelerations to center of mass. Wherever the force is acting on the body, vector summation will be mass into acceleration. Acceleration will be center of mass of the body. Is this point clear to all?
Yes, sir.
And whenever you want acceleration of any point, please learn to write this. Acceleration of that point with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground will be acceleration of that point. Don't tell me spring is acting on this point, so kx divided by mass of this point. No.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
So I still haven't understood why acceleration of A with respect to center of mass and B with respect to center of mass in x direction is zero.
Acceleration of
A with respect to center of mass and B with respect to center of mass in x direction is zero.
acceleration of A with respect to center of mass. Your
Yes, sir.
acceleration of A is L by 2 alpha. Right? Now its component in the x direction is how much?
Zero.
Did I answer your query?
Sir, but in y direction से should be 0 because spring अचानक से थी ना सर, spring में झटका आएगा वो चालू हो जाएगा वो, spring को टाइम लगता है ना सर थोड़ा में
स्प्रिंग में kx फोर्स है या नहीं?
वो है सर कि x फोर्स है।
जीरो क्यों ले लूं भाई साहब? अगर स्प्रिंग में kx is 0 then I'll take 0.
अच्छा तो इसलिए L by 2 अल्फा लेंगे।
kx is not 0. अगर 0 डालना है तो 0 डाल दो यहाँ। अगर kx 0 है तो 0 डालो। kx 0 नहीं है तो क्या करूं? जबरदस्ती 0 डाल दूं?
नहीं सर ठीक है सर।
So one last doubt.
Hmm.
So I haven't understood. I didn't also understand that acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is kx cos 30 by m.
Vector summation of all the forces will be equal to mass into acceleration of what?
Center of mass. Okay, sir.
Now, acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground along x-axis. On this, there is only one horizontal force, kx cos 30.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
For B, it should be minus kx cos 30, right?
Why?
For inverse, no? If you resolve it.
For which did you say?
So B, point B.
B का acceleration with respect to center of mass?
Now, sir, the ACG. Sir.
Which
Would
one?
have been minus kx cos 30 by m, no?
This one?
Yes, sir.
Kx cos 30 का direction. This is what? Acceleration of?
Center of mass with respect to ground.
So center of mass का acceleration is in this direction because of the
sir,
force
got
called
it, got
kx
it.
cos.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
Noted, sir.
Noted. One more problem and we'll go ahead. Question number 22, second bit. Question number 22, second bit. All of you people, are you listening to me? Don't try the first bit. Second bit. Question number 22, second bit.
So by second bit, you mean acceleration of center of mass, right?
I need the second diagram.
Wires are.
Okay, okay, sir.
Second diagram, the middle diagram need to be solved for both A and B. Can I stop the screen share? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, have a look at this. Here you have one string, here you have one string, and this is a rectangular plate. Mg will be acting this way, this string snaps, this will be T. What will this length be equal?
C by root 2.
This is C by 2. This is C by 4. Right? Root over of C square by 16 plus C square by 4. 16 C square.
So root 5 C by 4.
Root 5 C by 4.
Root 5 C by 4. Some people went wrong with this hypotenuse calculation. That will be side L. C root 5 by 4. Why are you interested in that? R alpha, this is the center of mass, right? I will take the torque about the center of mass. First equation is mg minus t is m into a. A will be the acceleration of what?
Center of mass.
Torque about center of mass is the safest bet. So t into this perpendicular distance is c by 2 is I into alpha. For a plate about the center of mass, I know the moment of inertia. For a plate about the center of mass, it will be ml square by 12 plus mp square by 12. Substitute L and B. Length is C, breadth is C by 2. Right? Now constraint relation. He wants A and alpha. That means you'll have to eliminate T. He wants A and alpha. You have three variables, T, A, alpha. Eliminate T. Your job is done. The two bits asked are A and alpha. How do I get the constraint relation? This will be R alpha. R is how much? C root 5 by 4. R alpha in the vertical direction. If I know this theta value, R alpha cos theta minus A should be 0. R is C root 5 by 4. Alpha cos theta. Theta is not difficult for you people. Why did you resolve in the vertically upward direction? Constraint relation for the string. Acceleration of this point should be the same along the length of the string. So resultant of this and A, you take this and A ka resultant will come somewhere this way. That I will have to resolve along the length of the string and equate it to 0. Instead of taking the resultant and then resolving it, I resolved and I took the resultant. R alpha cos theta minus A will be the acceleration of this point with respect to the ground in the vertical direction. Equate that to 0. All the three equations, are they clear to all?
Sir, I have some doubts.
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
So I didn't understand the constraint part, and I did not understand why did you take C by 2 and not C root 5 by 4?
Extend the line of action of the force and drop a perpendicular on it. How much will you get the perpendicular?
Okay, sir. And so I didn't understand the constraints.
Acceleration of this point with respect to center of mass. R alpha.
Yes, sir.
Acceleration of the point P with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground all along y-axis should be 0. Acceleration of the point P with respect to the ground along y-axis should be 0.
Yes, sir, because of the constraint, right? With the top.
Acceleration of point P with respect to center of mass is R alpha. But I want along y-axis. So R alpha cos theta.
Okay, sir, understood.
So
Hmm.
we were supposed to calculate only acceleration of center of mass and angular acceleration. So that is two variables. So why can't we just use two equations? Why did we need the constraints? Because I don't know, I did something and I got the wrong answer.
Now from these two equations,
Yes, sir.
if I can eliminate t and get a and alpha, we are okay with it.
But
From the two equations have three variables, t, a and alpha.
so we can't take 2t is equal to mg considering equilibrium position.
When you cut the string,
No, before cutting the string. Like in the previous
before
example.
cutting the string, you will take 2t equal to mg. The moment you cut the string,
Oh,
will
that
take
was
it to-
spring. That was spring. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sir. Thank
For
you.
its spring, that
It
will
will
be
remain
valid.
constant. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So even in this question, do we have to take acceleration along the horizontal direction?
He didn't ask for acceleration of any point P. If he would have asked, you will have to take R alpha का component in the horizontal direction as well. उसने पूछा नहीं बस. Center of mass का only vertical acceleration होगा. क्यों? There are only two vertical forces on the body, mg and t. So center of mass will be only in the vertical direction. There is no horizontal component for center of mass.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Sir, is it 24G by 17C and 12G by 17?
I don't know the answers यार. देख लो आपके booklet में question number 22 का है.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I'm getting A in terms of C, sir.
What are you getting?
Sir, I am getting acceleration of center of mass in terms of G and C, sir.
What is the answer given? Could somebody see and tell me?
Sir, A is
12G by
12G by
17.
17 and alpha is 24G by 17C.
Yes, sir.
All of you should get that. Remember.
Sir, can you please repeat that part where you have calculated acceleration of point P respect to center of mass?
Acceleration of point P with respect to center of mass less acceleration of center of mass with respect to the ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground.
Yes, sir.
But R alpha will be the acceleration of point P with respect to center of mass.
Yes.
And I know that acceleration of point P is equal to 0 only if it is along the length of the string. So
Yeah.
technically R alpha or A का resultant लेना पड़ेगा मुझे. That will come somewhere in this direction say. That I will have to resolve in the upward direction and equate it to 0. Instead of taking the resultant and resolving it, you first resolve R alpha in the upward direction along y-axis. Center of mass along y-axis. And that you equated it to 0.
Got it, sir.
Can I rub the board?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is a thin rod released from this peg. This distance is x. It is kept on a peg on a table and released from here. M is the mass of the rod, L is the length of the rod. It is released from the horizontal position. Find x for which alpha is maximum at the instance shown. At this instant, when you release it, there will be an angular acceleration alpha. Find x for which alpha is maximum at the instant shown. Will you try or should I discuss?
Sir,
This is
Please
going to
tell
be a new
me
concept.
here, what I have written is m is the mass of the rod, L is the length of the rod, or I'll write it to the left. M is the mass of the rod, L is the length of the rod. One hint, this is normal force, this is M.
Sir, is the rod rotating about the pivot?
About this spec, it will rotate.
Okay.
You're holding the rod in this position and you're releasing. You're holding the rod in this position and you're releasing. Find x for which it will have maximum angular acceleration at the instant shown.
So is it L by 2 root 3?
X L by 2 root 3. Wait, I don't know the answer. I'll solve it. First of all, let's calculate the value of alpha. How do you calculate the value of alpha? Translational dynamic equation is mg minus normal force is m into a. A is the acceleration of what? Which part of the body?
Center of mass.
Center of mass.
Torque I will take about center of mass here. I have an alternative. I can take about the peg as well. That point is not accelerating. I have an alternative. I can take the torque about the peg as well. That point is not accelerating. Torque about center of mass is n into x is equal to ml square by 12 into alpha. mg will not produce any torque. It's only normal force into x equated to I into alpha. Now your requirement is x for which alpha is maximum. So eliminate n. mg minus ml square by 12x into alpha is m into a. I eliminated n. N is ml square alpha by 12x. N is ml square alpha by 12x. Now I should get alpha in terms of x. Eliminate a, your job will be done. What is a? How do I get the relation between them? Call this point as peg P. Acceleration of the peg with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground. Acceleration of the peg with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground. Point P with respect to center of mass is x alpha or alpha minus a. Should be acceleration of the peg with respect to ground is 0. So a is equal to x alpha, cancelling out m, g minus L square alpha by 12x is equal to x into alpha.
Acceleration of peg with respect to ground is 0 because it is fixed, no?
It is not fixed, it is on the peg. At that instant, it will not have acceleration. Even if this rotates, it will rotate about the peg. After some time, it will start slipping. So it is not hinged, it is kept on the peg.
Okay, sir.
Once I have this equation, my requirement is d alpha by dx should be 0. Once I have this equation, my requirement is d alpha by dx should be 0. Find the value of x for which alpha is maximum put reward. No, I did this problem in the most orthodox way. If I want to simplify my simplification, what will I do? I'll not write the first equation. I'll take the torque. Now recollect, I told you in the previous class, quite a few times I will be forced to shift away from center of mass. For instance, have a look at it. How simple the simplification will become if you take the torque about the peg.
There'll
Torque
be only
about
one
the
equation.
peg is mg into x equated to ml square by 12 plus mx square into alpha. Torque about the peg. Advantage. नॉर्मल फोर्स जो आपने अभी एलिमिनेट किया है, that got eliminated by default. mg into x is I into alpha, but I is not ml square by 12. Now in this relation, आपको नॉर्मल फोर्स आया ही नहीं. Directly find out d alpha by dx and equate it to 0. D alpha by dx and equate it to 0. Do you people understand this difference?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, is
can
x
you
equal
shift
to L
the-
by 2 root 3?
I
L by
think
root 12.
I
Yes, sir.
don't have the answer. If all of you get that, that's the answer.
L by 2 root 3, no?
L by 2 root 3.
Yes,
I got.
So sir, basically in second method, there's no need of the translational dynamic equation, no?
There's n आया ही नहीं आपके इक्वेशन में, तो एलिमिनेट करने का सवाल ही नहीं.
Sir, can you shift the camera to the? Thank you, sir.
Just using this
But
step, we will
before
get the
doing
answer.
this, always cross verify. Are you eligible to take the torque about point P or not? Acceleration of point P is 0. Hence, I was eligible to take the torque. If not, I should always make sure that I introduce the pseudo force at the center of mass if point P is accelerating.
Sir, I had one doubt, like when you consider a torque about C, so the variable which you consider alpha, wouldn't it be different from the variable if we considered from point P?
Do you remember rigid body theorem?
Yes.
Rigid body theorem tells us that angular velocity of a body with respect to any point of the body will be the same.
Yes, sir.
So alpha will be the same.
Sir,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it.
excuse me, sir.
Bolo.
So sir, basically, if we take torque about P, there is no need of a the translation dynamic equation. Just directly, we'll take it and differentiate it with respect to x. है ना?
दूसरी बार बोल रहे हो नील, क्यों?
नहीं सर, वो पहले समझा
मैंने
नहीं तो
हाँ बोल चुका हूँ.
तो सुनाई नहीं दे रहा सर वो
क्या
नेटवर्क.
बोल रहे हो? इतना जोर जोर से चिल्ला के बोला हूँ. By taking torque about point P, you do not have the necessity to eliminate n. It got eliminated on its own. So I did not require the first equation. आप दो बार क्यों confirm कर रहे हो ये बात मुझसे?
नहीं सर, वो तो नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम था सर, से सुनाई नहीं दिया.
Okay.
Sir, you can rub the boat.
This is a thin rod of length 1 meter, mass 1 kg, spring constant 10 Newton per meter, elongation in the spring is 0.1 meter. This distance is 0.4 meters. This distance is 0.6 meters. To keep the rod in the horizontal position, you had to pull the string and tie it here. When I pulled the string and tied it here, the elongation in the string is 0.1 meter. The rod was hanging like this. The rod was hanging like this. To make it horizontal, you had to pull this to the lower end and tie it. So when I tied it here, there's an elongation in the spring. That elongation is 0.1 meter. Till here, is it clear to all? This is a peg on which the rod is kept. Peg on which the rod is kept. Right? So far, so good.
Yes, sir.
Now the question asked is, if this string snaps, find the acceleration of center of mass of the rod at this instant, or find the normal force. We'll slightly change. Find normal force at this instance. Find the normal force at this instance when this string snaps. Translational dynamic equation, rotational dynamic equation, and constraint relations. Bottom line, it's the same thing. You need to develop the expertise of using these three equations.
So is the answer 60 by 41?
I don't know the answer. I will solve. Wait a minute. I gave these numbers arbitrary numbers. So we will
No, so my answer is wrong.
No, firstly, translational dynamic equation. When this string is cut, what will be the free body diagram for this? Kx is in the downward direction. Mg is in the downward direction. Kx plus mg minus normal force is mass into acceleration. Acceleration will be the acceleration of which point of the body?
Center of mass.
Now, torque equation, you take about any point, you will not have an advantage. Why? You cannot eliminate and you have to calculate n. If I won't have asked about n, take the torque about the point. But yet, n either way is creeping into your equation and you have to calculate the value of n. So there's no point of moving away from the center of mass. N into 0.1. This distance will be 0.1. N gives me clockwise torque.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Kx also gives me clockwise torque. Kx into 0.5. This distance will be 0.5. Is ml square by 12 into alpha. K is given, X is given, M is given, N is given. Quite a few parameters are given. In this, I have only variables N, A, alpha. I by default need one more equation. I call this P. Acceleration of P with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground. Acceleration of point P with respect to center of mass plus acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is acceleration of point P with respect to ground. Point P with respect to center of mass is R alpha, 0.1 alpha. Acceleration of center of mass with respect to ground is A in the downward direction. Acceleration of point P with respect to ground is 0. So A is 0.1 alpha. Substitute here A is 0.1 alpha. I have only two equations and two variables, N and alpha. Substitute here A is 0.1 alpha. I have two equations and two variables, N and alpha. Eliminate alpha, you will get N.
So basically, when it comes to writing constraint, we should choose a point where that acceleration of that point with respect to ground is 0 in order to avoid any more variables.
Or you should know the acceleration of that point.
Yeah.
Maybe in the question they'll give you acceleration of the point.
Yes.
So if I know the acceleration of that point, it may be 0, it may be non-zero. But if I know that acceleration, you can apply constraint.
Sir, is the answer 29 by 4 Newton?
You will go with the majority. I told you I don't know the answer. I give arbitrary numbers. What is the answer that you people are getting?
Sir, I am getting 29 by 4.
29.
I am getting 125 by 22.
125 by 22. What are the others getting?
Sir, I am getting 47 by 3.
Sir, you have to take GS 9.8, right?
I'll do the simplification. Relax. I need to rub this part of the board.
Sir, G as 10 or 9.8?
10. Thing is, told you should take it as 9.8 in the exam, but for us in the class, we'll make it comfortable.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I am getting 15 by 2.
It is okay. इतने answers तो नहीं आएंगे. मैं simplify कर. Can I rub the upper part of the board to do the simplifications?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir.
K value is given as 10 into 0.1 plus 1 into 10 mg minus n. His mass is 1 into 0.1 alpha. So this is 10 into 0.1 is 1 plus 10 is 11 minus n is alpha by 10. My first equation. Second equation, n by 10 plus k is how much? 10, x is 0.1, this is 1. 1 into 0.5 is half.
1 by 2.
Is equal to m is 1 into 1 square by 12 into 1. N by 10 plus half is alpha by 12. That means n by 5 plus 1 is alpha by 6. This is my second equation. Alpha, from here you substitute, here you get the value of n. Now don't tell me you need help beyond this.
Sir, answer is 104 by 11.2.
Whatever you
Yes, 104 by 11 point.
Yes, sir. It's correct.
55 by 7.
Sir,
Huh?
sir, doubted why acceleration of peg with respect to ground is coming 0.
Given as 0 now, yeah, it is kept on the peg. Body is kept on a peg at that instant. Where will it accelerate?
Okay.
The body is tied to something, a body is kept on the peg, so acceleration of that point at that instant will be 0.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Today we have actually practiced what we learned in the previous class. Right? We will build on kinetic energy in the next class. When is our next lecture?
Day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Day after tomorrow, sir.
Somebody says send the conservation of momentum assignment. I'll send it in another 15 minutes. I forgot to send it yesterday. It's there on the system.
Sir, in last doubt lecture, did you complete the discussion of exercise 4 of COM momentum?
I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You completed.
Will you just send that recording because no recording was
I
given?
don't have access to anything. Whatever I have, I
Sir,
already
sent it. I'll forward it on the group.
Okay.
that day itself I will send it. उसके बाद मेरे पास कुछ नहीं होता. Right? Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Next class. Good day.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye,
So,
Hello, sir.
so I have one doubt.
Hello.
So in the second question which you gave for today, you took the moment of inertia of the rectangular plate about COM. So I didn't understand why you did that.
Torque about which point did we take?
Center of mass.
तो moment of inertia about center of mass ही लेंगे.
अच्छा. Okay.
Torque जिस point पर ले रहे हो उसी point पर you will take the moment of inertia.
All right.
Hello, sir.
हाँ.
Sir, in the second equation, it should be minus kx into 0.5, right? Because torque का direction will be ulta.
No, clockwise ही होगा.
Kx is in the downward direction.
Sorry, I got it. Sorry.
Somebody said you will solve the question of exercise 2 of center of mass. I think I dealt with that in the doubt lecture. Somebody reminded me and I dealt with that. Exercise 2, question 4. Did I discuss in the doubt lecture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See you people in the next lecture. Good day. Bye. And thanks.
Thank you, sir.